Here, and I'm going to share the screen from. Let me know once you guys able to see my screen.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, thank you for confirming. And so just yeah, this is a SUG Pune. Okay, I am currently staying in Pune only, and so the things are getting good over there in the Pune. And I contacted Rohan. Okay, thank you so much, Rohan, for arranging this. And um, this is my meeting. Yeah, so this is Mohamed Sirajudeen. I have 12 years of experience in IT industry. I have more than 9+ years of experience in Sitecore. I have been working with various projects in during my tenure, and I'm currently working with CEI as a psycho technical lead. I am also the learner. Okay, so I am a blogger. Okay, I wish to write the blogs and articles. And also, I'm now joining the mentor mentee program, and so I started contributing the community, and so it helps me to improve in all the levels of the technology. So I'm currently focusing on the sideboard completely. So I'm in and out. Okay, this is my first stepping stone to start from here. Yeah, this is the today agenda. So I'll go quick in. Yeah, so today agenda. Okay. Why I'm taking this headless is okay. Wherever we go, okay, the people are talking about the headless, and so I wanted to know, okay, what it is actually. So the curiosity come into the place. Okay, so that's why I'm taking this. Topic, and so before that, before moving into the headless, okay, we will just see, okay, what is the traditional CMS, okay, what is there, and what is the beautified thing or applying here in the headless CMS. And wherever you go, okay, so if you have any technologies or if you have any innovative thinking, and if you have any system, okay, definitely there is a pros and there is a cons, and that should be there. And so here also there is a cons as well as a lot of advantages as well in terms of headless CMS. And I wanted to talk about this Sitecore headless services, and what are the services are there, and what are the services Sitecore provides for this headless thing. And so we have a rendering SDKs, and I just go with some demo for the Sitecore headless using Next.js. Yeah, so before moving to the headless part, okay, this is the traditional same as what it is. It is completely the monolith architecture. Okay, it is a normal approach. Okay, you can say always the front end and back end. Okay, these are tightly coupled. So if you turn back our pages, and if you work with the traditional Sitecore web forms, Sitecore MVC and Sitecore 6.5 and Sitecore 7.2, if you see that, and you can see how tightly coupled they are. Okay, so the system and backend, we have the backend gives the content, and so the front end means, okay, we have a rendering, view rendering, controller rendering, and we have that rendering in place, and it is tightly coupled with the items. That was the item approach. And so it is a kind of only the delivering the content to the websites alone. Okay, so maybe we can go for the smartphone and the some responsive approach. Okay, so not more than that. Okay, but no content are stored in any of the modules. Okay, the content is stored purely in the cyber. But from the business perspective, it was good actually. From the marketers level, okay, all the contents will be stored, but the contents are not that effective. So because it is relying on templates for serving the content. Okay, template is kind of the static approach, and we have a so if we wanted to add any features or personalizations or any functionalities, it is very difficult to add it over there. Okay, but still we can do through the customization, we can do through the plugin. But in the real time, okay, we can say that, okay, if we have an injury but we don't have any permanent solution. Okay, we can give the first aid of the putting some band-aid or something. Okay, that kind of the thing. Okay, we can do. Still, the plugin will work, but that's not a real-time solution for the all the channels. Okay, I'm talking about the channels. Maybe I will explain what that is in the further slides. This is headless CMS. Okay, headless CMS is so first of all, okay, so wherever we go, I already told, okay, so everybody is talking about headless, okay, so less we know, okay, it is something is not there, okay, so what is not there, okay, so head, okay, what is head? So head is nothing but, okay, head is front end, okay, that means, okay, the front end and back end, okay, these has been separated, okay, this is decoupled, okay, you can say that. So it disconnects the backend. Okay, the backend and the front end. These two are the different approaches here. Okay, so what happens in the backend is, okay, the content will be created and content will be managed and stored. Okay, only the content. Okay, so for this, who is going to benefit for this? Maybe the marketers and the content team. Okay, because they will only manage the content. Okay, they will only focus on the content. They will not worry about any presentation. They will not worry about any UI. Okay, because this is completely separated from here. So, but the front end, okay, what is happening is the content is formatted, designed, and distributed. That means, okay, we have the content. Okay, the content is somehow we will be getting it. That content will be designed and as per the requirements, and it would be the multiple layers. Okay, maybe we can say like we have the n number of channels. For example, I'm always talking about this channel in the sense, okay, so currently we have the Internet of Things. Okay, we have IoT, we have a devices, and we have smartwatches, we have smart headset, kind of channels. We have the multiple channels we have. Okay, so for those channels, okay, from the headless point of view, okay, we can serve the content. So we don't know, okay, how the UI should be in the front end. We are not actually designing the UI, but somehow, okay, this content is designed over here. So how the content is serving, and I already told the backend and front end. So these two are separated, but how the content is serving, that is the one major part here. Okay, that is application programming interface. We have a API. This API enables the communication. So, and marketers and the content team. Okay, so I already told. Okay, they manage the content, and who's building the application, because the front end, okay, front end is completely part of the developers and designers. They can build the applications. Okay, there are the two parallel approaches and parallel jobs, so we can do that. And this is one images. Okay, I took it from the online. Okay, so if you see here, okay, this traditional, okay, this is tightly coupled, this back end and front end. But here we have the headless. Okay, we have a back end. The back end is serving the API. The API is giving the things for all the devices here. Okay, if you see, these are all the channels. Okay, this is Alexa. Okay, Amazon Alexa. This is the one, this is the smartwatch, this is the smartphone, and this is normal web browser. Okay, so all the channels. Okay, you can I can say like, okay, so we have the only one backend, okay, that is serving the for the multiple channels, okay, through the API. Okay, this is the beauty of the headless. And advantages of headless CMS, I already told. Okay, the pros. Okay, there are lot of things. Okay, but this is the reusability. So I already told. Okay, because we are going to serve for the multiple channels. Okay, this reusability is the major part coming into this picture for headless CMS. And the composability in the sense, okay, we have a different structure we have. So we don't decide any presentation over here. The presentation will be decided by the front end team and the architect. Okay, how it should be. So we are just serving the content over here. So this is a composability and easy editing capabilities we have. And so the whoever wants, maybe the marketers or the content team, if they wanted to edit the content, okay, they can directly go and edit the content without thinking about the front end and the presentation layer. And it is the developer approved. Yeah, so developer can go for their flexibility. So they can go for the Angular or Jamstack. I'm talking about this Angular or React or maybe we can say like the other technologies as well. Okay, even if they come up with the Vue.js, okay, now we have the Next.js that is on top of the React. Okay, they can go the any languages. This is the developer approved one, and it is a flexibility and scaling, obviously. And so this is better security. Why I call it as a better security in the sense, okay, this is the API serving the content, right? Okay, the API we can have the 2 or 3 layers on top of that. So these layers protect completely the secured applications over here. These are all the advantages of headless CMS. As I told already, okay, we definitely have disadvantages. If you think about any systems in the world, okay, definitely have the cons. Okay, so here we can say like okay, more labor intensive. That means okay, more developers or more designers are required here because this is the complex thing, and maybe we will put more effort on the front end side. That's why we need the more labor intensive here. And sometimes okay, I already told okay, we have a different channels, right? Okay, currently we know okay, from the Sitecore point of view, the Sitecore is serving for the uh, Sitecore is serving for some channels like okay, browser view and the smartphone view. But here the for other channels for other devices, for example, for smartwatch, for the other new devices. Okay, the marketers doesn't have a preview. They may have some assumption. Okay, so to the convince the business. So that is a little bit of a disadvantage and some complex architecture because. No small scale organization or company, okay, they are not going to take this because they might have only one channel or they might have only one site, okay, that is getting the content is getting directly. So that time, okay, maybe they can go for the tightly coupled traditional CMS, okay, because if they go for this complex architecture, definitely they are going to spend a lot of money for the developers, a lot of money for the time, okay. So then this complex architecture doesn't work for the smaller scale organization. It is very advantage. Okay. So let's move on to the Sitecore headless services. Okay. Sitecore, okay, I already told, okay, what is headless CMS, what is the traditional CMS. Okay. But the Sitecore has provided some services over here. So how in the Sitecore it is working? Okay. Maybe we will be seeing that in the demo. But before that, okay, I'm saying that rendering host, okay, rendering host is it is nothing but it is kind of a temporary app. You can say like, okay, it is kind of a trigger so this is the backbone of rendering the content from the visitors. Okay, so whoever wants to access our application, okay, they send the request to the web server. Web server immediately activates the rendering post web app. So what happens? Okay, once it activates, what this rendering host is doing is okay, it is translating. Okay, it's kind of it is a kind of a translator. Okay, it will translate what it will translate. Okay, it will translate the web. A request to the content. Okay, so that's how okay here the layout service client is doing it. Okay, it fetches the data and the presentation and pass to the rendering engine. Okay, so it is taking the data from the visitors and the layout services is happening over here. Okay, layout service is nothing but I already told that API. Okay, so that API is the layout service here. Okay, layout service is fetching the data from the a Sitecore, and then the Sitecore rendering engine render the data model, and the code and the static resources. Okay, this will be combinedly working. So we can see it in the demo. Okay, so here the main part is the rendering host is the translator, and that layout service. Okay, the layout service is the mediator. So layout service is the communication between the front end and the back end. Okay, so we can see real-time demo. Okay, before that, okay, I'll just show because I did not take this. Yeah, this is the architecture overview. Okay, we have .NET Core rendering packages. Okay, it has rendering engine, media handler, and GraphQL. So these are all the services it is providing, and the layout service, dictionary service, and import service. Okay, here the major services, the JavaScript, this one, .NET's core rendering is the layout services and the GraphQL. And so maybe we will be seeing that in the demo. Okay. Due to the time constraint, I already created the site. Okay, I will just explain that. Okay, how we have to create this one. I'm so before moving on. Okay,
So
sorry.
Siraj, just a
Hello.
question. Yeah, whether you will be demonstrating SXA plus JSS combination or just the JSS?
No, no, this is the SXA combination.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. So I'm just going for the SXA combination because so I was trying for that JS as the complete thing as well. Okay, so it was a little bit okay time taken. Okay, so that's why I just took it this for this particular session. Okay, so I'm taking this. Okay, in going forward, maybe the next meeting and next session. Okay, I will keep focusing on the other stuffs as well. Is that
Thanks,
okay?
Siraj.
Is that okay?
Yeah, Siraj, sure.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So here the Sitecore Headless Services, okay, the package is there, and it will. So first we have to. This is the package. Yeah, this is the Sitecore Headless Packages Services. Okay. Currently I'm using the 10.3. So I don't know. Okay, so maybe in the Sitecore itself has provided these packages. Okay, once you downloaded the package, you just go for the normal approaches like you can go here and you can go the developer tools and we can install it. Okay, so once that installation's done and you can able to see that headless tenant. Okay, so when you see this headless tenant, okay, and you have to create the tenant and then the site. Okay, so I already created. Okay, because for some thing. Okay, maybe I'll create one more, but I'm not showing anything over here. Okay, likewise. Okay, it will create, and so after this, okay, maybe you can create the site. Once you created the site, so we have settings. Yeah, the site name, okay, when you create the site, okay, site, you just make sure, okay, it will create with your site name only, but you just make sure, okay, the site name is very important. And at the same time, okay, the important thing here is the rendering host. Here in the settings, okay, we have the default rendering host, but we can create the customized rendering host as well, but maybe that we'll see maybe in the future. But currently, okay, I'm just going with this default rendering host. So this default rendering host, okay, you can see in the system, the settings and services. Okay. Here, the default rendering host contains this local host API editing render, and these are all the endpoint URLs for the server-side rendering, and this is the application URL for the server-side rendering, and the application name is very important. If you have the multiple application, you just make sure whatever the rendering host you are using is using your application. Okay, this is a very important one, and this is the a default endpoint URL. That's why we already know. Okay, so the how the Node.js actually that npm set the front end side. Okay, so that's why we just set this endpoint URL here for the rendering host, and then the next step would be a very important one, that is the API key. So this API key is the this API key just we can give allow all. Okay, that's why okay I just put it as a star over here, and so this particular API key will be the unique API key serving through the layout services. Okay, we will see it later in the demo, and the API key will just copy this particular item ID in your setup. This will be required. And this is the initial thing, okay, which we will be checking in the Sitecore side. Okay, after this, okay, we have to go, and I already have things. Okay, so maybe we have to install the Sitecore JSS CLI. And so for this, okay, this npm install this global. Okay, before that, you have to decide, okay, where you are going to create this, and you have to create the folder, and in that particular folder you can go here, maybe. For example, okay, this is my folder. Okay, so here I wanted to I wanted my front-end application will be installing over here. So that means, okay, we can go and we can, okay, likewise, okay, we can create it, but I'm not doing anything. But we have to uh, put this npm installation command over here. Once you done that, okay, then the next step would be the npx create Sitecore JSS. So this is creating the Sitecore JSS, and the template. Okay, we have to choose. In the template, okay, I can say, okay, we have previously the React, and we have Angular and Vue.js. Okay, now the Next.js. So the Next.js is I don't know completely what is the beauty of the Next.js, but I know, okay, there is a routing supported. So, but in the React, okay, it is a little bit customization required. But the Next.js is developed on top of the React.js. Currently, I'm using this SXA, right? Okay, that's why I just go with these two, Next.js as well as the Next.js SXA. And so app name is I just put the app name is the same like the site name. So I can go for the Siraj site, and host name would be the Sitecore host name. And then the fetch with is there are the two things in fetch. One is the GraphQL, and the second one is the layout services. Okay, if we choose the GraphQL, okay, we can see the how the GraphQL would be fetching the data, and so it would obviously support the other stuffs as well, the layout things as well. So maybe for that, we can, I have to create this one. So while creating, okay, we have to choose whenever you select this, okay, it will be asking the way, the where you wanted to create this application. Okay, you can create it under one folder or something, and after that, okay, it will be asking for. We already provided this parameter. Otherwise, it will be asking for the GraphQL or REST, or else, okay, it will be asking for the server side rendering or the static site generator. Okay, so we can give on this GraphQL. Okay, I just gave the SSG. Um, so once that is done,
So, Siraj,
yeah.
uh, bu- what will be the major difference between does Sitecore implementation change with if we select GraphQL or REST API? Will there
Mhm.
be any difference from Sitecore end?
Siraj, just a second. Gaurav, can you just put your questions in a chat,
Okay.
please, and let Siraj complete his demo?
Yeah, yeah. You just put the question. Yeah, so let's complete this demo. After that, okay, I will try to answer the questions. Okay, if something I don't know. Yeah. So if it is worked out, okay, then fine. Okay. So then otherwise, okay, I will drop a note or something. Okay, maybe you can contact me on the LinkedIn or something. Okay, so we can do a chat. Okay, is that fine, Gaurav?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay, fine. Thanks, Gaurav, for understanding. Yeah. Okay. So once it is done, maybe we can. So once this is done, okay, we have the the application created. Okay, maybe I'll show you. So here the application creator, okay, I have the Visual Studio Code. In the Visual Studio Code, so I have opened this entire applications. Okay, we have the config and so we have all the other components and all the other required modules and script files will be there. But for us, okay, it is for the initial setup, okay, for us, the important stuff is here these two configuration file. In this configuration file, yeah, yeah. In this configuration file, okay, I'll tell you. Okay, this is the initially this was uncommented, and this is the site definition, site node configuration in this website, and we have. This is the site name, Sarat site, and this is the host name and the root path. But why I commented this, okay, when we created, it is already created one node automatically in the SXA. Okay, I can show that. This is the PowerShell toolbox, and you can see in the SXA site manager. In the SXA site manager, I can see the Siraj site is already created. So if we go with that particular node as well, okay, it will be conflicting with the two nodes. Okay, that's why I just commented out. And then it is the important one. Okay, it is the JavaScript services node. In the JavaScript services node, initially this sitecore path would be different. So this sitecore path was taken as a root one. We have to give the correct sitecore path over here for the site. So that is nothing but we know. Okay, so this is the site path. So this path we have to copy and we have to paste it, and we make sure our server-side rendering configuration in place. So this is the configuration. So this is already in place, and this configuration already with the rendering host as well. So this is the two things. Okay, we have to check in this particular file, and deployment. This is the one. Okay, maybe. Okay, so this is the one. And after this, okay, once it is done, okay, we have. I think okay, about the state. Okay. So we have that JSS setup. When you go with this JSS setup, okay. So there is existing file. It is there, but still I can go and I can show. This is the path to the Sitecore folder. Okay, we have to give what Sitecore folder we wanted to give, and this is the maybe the virtual directory folder, and we have to give. And I already given this. Okay, I just enter, and this is the Sitecore host name. Okay, we have to give, and the Sitecore host name is SC103CM for me. Okay, that's why I given that. And Sitecore import services URL, this will be automatically taken. Okay, so nothing to give it. It was already in place. Okay, and the Sitecore API key, this is very important. I already told we have to note down that Sitecore API key, right? Okay, that API key is there here in the JSS API key 5AA, this one, and that's why I given over here in the API key as well. And then please enter your deployment secret. Okay, the first time, okay, you don't give any deployment secret key. It will be automatically created. The automatically created the key is here. So this is already done. So just wanted to refresh. Okay, once that is done, and then these files will be updated. in this file, okay, we have the deployment, already deployment secret key is there, okay, and this will be coming over here in the deployment secret config. And we have to copy this. I'll tell you why, because we have to enable the rendering host for that, okay, we have to configure the environment file in the front end side. That's why, okay, we need this deployment secret because the Sitecore need to, the communication need to know where and which, okay, so which Sitecore and where and which API. So that's why we have to configure all the things in place in the environment file. That is the next step. We can go here in the environment file. We can see there are already defined, because I already done this. We have the JSS editing secret. It was empty first time. Okay, we have to give the deployment. Um, we have to give the deployment secret key over here. What it will do is, okay, whenever we open the Sitecore and if we go for the Sitecore headless access, like yeah, experience editor or something, okay, so this will be checking this particular JS editing secret, and the one more JS editing key is there. Okay, I will show the both the keys are same or not. Once that is same, okay, then it will go and open that. So for that, okay, it is required, and the Sitecore API key. This is the Sitecore API key. Okay, I don't know. I did not tested it. Okay, if you go with the close bracket and open bracket as well, it should work. But you can remove that GUID open and close brackets, and you can just give this Sitecore API key over here and save it. This is the environment file change. And so that's it. Actually, we have done with the changes. I'll Sitecore. Okay, this is the environment file, and the Sitecore site config. I told, okay, this JavaScript services. This is very much required, and this deployment secret. Okay, we just check, okay, whether this deployment secret key is there or not, and then the environmental file. These two changes. These are all the important changes, and once we make these changes, and we are ready to go with connect with the Sitecore. So for connected with the Sitecore from the front end side, okay, we have JSS dot connected. Right. Okay, so here the things are ready. That means, okay, it is the started the server, and it is ready with the local host 3000, and so now it is serving the data. I will show, and what data I will show that as well in the demo. Before we see that page, okay, I will just give you what I have done. Before that, okay, I just open this home, okay, and then home, we have to go the experience editor. Initially, this experience editor will not work, okay, I'll tell you why. Because experience editor, this is the secured site, right? Okay, for this secured site, okay, we have to approve the certificate. We have to approve the certificate key. So for that, okay, we have the other workaround as well. Okay, for our testing purposes, what I have done is I just set. Maybe I just broken down. I'll just show you. In the, yeah, this node we have to set this node TLS reject unauthorized. Okay, this node should be 0 in the sense, okay, it will not check any SSL, it will not check any secure layer. So if we reject this, okay, then it should work. So this is the one step before enabling this key. And after this, so you can ask, okay, after this set, okay, this particular experience editor would work or not. Okay, no. So there will be the one more error as well. I can tell that what is the error in the sense, okay, that JSS editing secret key is empty. Okay, that is the one error. What is that error means? Okay, we have the Sitecore virtual directory. I can go here, iNetwork. Okay, here CM, and we have the app config. Include here in Sitecore. Um, let me check that.
Config Sitecore services.GraphQL.
1 minute. Let me check that. Yeah, which one?
Config Sitecore services.GraphQL.
Yes, service.
For editing secret.
No, not this one. So actually, we have the JavaScript services file. I'm looking for that file. Okay, in that file, actually, just check here. Okay, not here actually. Sorry, I'm completely down. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Here, app config and here the services. JavaScript service, yes. So in the JavaScript services, okay, my bad actually. So I was looking for the different virtual directory, and here you can see this is the View Engine HTTP, and you can get it. Yeah. So initially, this JSS editing secret, okay, this value was empty. So here also we have to give, as I told already, we have to set this particular deployment secret over here and the other side as well, that environment file. Okay. While doing the experience editor, the rendering host will checking whether that the endpoint is enabled as well as this deployment secret key is same as we are giving here the JSS editing secret and the environment file. Okay, both this is the communication. Okay, so this key should be same. Once we given this key and after that, okay, this particular experience editor will start working, and after that we can go and we can create any forms over here. For example, I just put one title and this text over here, and we can give some text, and then we can immediately see it in the site itself. Maybe I just closed that. Actually, one more issue, okay, I faced, because the issue is very important because we can easily work on the working solution or somewhere, but the issue troubleshooting took a lot of time. And so during when we connected this particular experience editor, the rendering host was very important. At the same time, okay, I have a site here. When I connected the root the root ID was missing. Okay, so that was given over there in the, show you. Okay, it is very hard. Okay, where I just have the root item. Yeah, this root item ID was missing. Okay, in the dictionary factory file, it was like this. Okay, previously I just took this root item ID, and root item is nothing but we have the home item, right? Here, the home item, it starts with B, ends with 6, and I have to give the root item ID. And once I given that, okay, it started working here. These are the three issues, okay, I faced during this simple setup. And once this is done, okay, maybe we can go for one minute. Let me take the reference of Sandeep, because there is an URL for, I just forgot, because this is the two URL. Okay, this is a very nice article from Sandeep. Okay, yeah. So you can get it. Okay, maybe why I close that, because we have to see, okay, how it is working for us. Okay, this is Sitecore host. API layout, and this is the item ID. For example, I wanted to see the home item in the sense, and this home item, I have this the item ID, and the API key I already. Okay. See, if you see that, okay, JSON beautifier, copy this. See, these are all the context. These are the data for home item. Okay, so you can see the display name and the title. You can ask, okay, where this particular items, okay, having this particular data, right? Okay, we can also create, like, okay, I already created through this one, and if it is non-SXS side or something, okay, we can go and create the template, and so in that template, okay, we can create the renderings, and the renderings, okay, we can map the placeholder, allow placeholder settings. Okay, we can go that particular rendering, then we can go to the experience editor and we can add the required fields. Okay, this is also the one for the non SXA, but due to some time consuming, okay, I did not do that. But from this point of view, okay, we have already the items. Okay, as you see here, this is the value, and there are a lot many things, a lot many context, and all the required data from the item, okay, that is there, and we can fetch and we can do whatever we want in the UI. This is the API, okay, we can call it and we can use it in the front end. And so that is one thing. And second one is the GraphQL, and GraphQL. This one. Yes, and the site code API, and this is the API key. The still that API key, I can get it from here. So yeah, this is I already done with this, actually, this particular item. That's why it is showing here. If you wanted to get, okay, I have the path. So this is the GraphQL query language, right? Okay, this is the path. Okay, I can get the required data only. So the layout, okay, it must be confusing. Like, okay, there are a lot of data. Okay, maybe due to the performance, okay, maybe we can use this GraphQL, okay, if we wanted any particular field or particular thing, okay, we can get it from here. For example, for this particular path, we have the Siraj tenant and Siraj site and home. And if we run this, this is the name and this is the display name, okay, that will be taking through the GraphQL as well. So this is how we can assume now, okay, so how it is working from so I already told that, okay, how the headless CMS works. Okay, headless CMS working the backend and front end, it is connecting through the API. This is the API. Okay, this is the middleware, the communicator, you can say. And so this is communicating. This data is communicating, and the front end must be the different channels. Maybe thousands of channels. We can have it, and we can have the single data source and the serving from the API and the layout services and GraphQL, okay, we can get it done through the headless CMS. And this is the simple, and this is the first session for me. And so that's it from my end, okay. And thank you so much for the patience. And it was a bit late in the early time, okay. And so now we have done with the demo, and thank you so much. And so I'm very active in the LinkedIn as well, and you can connect through the msiraj1102@gmail.com as well. And just drop a feedback, because I'm also learning, and I'm new to this speaker or speaker things and all. Okay, so I wanted to do this one through my career, and I wanted to take the learnings from you guys, and I will looking forward to do more sessions in future and in a better way. Yeah, any questions? Okay, you can ask. Okay, if I
Yes,
get
Siraj.
it, yes.
Siraj, what I'll do is I'll quickly take one or two questions. We are running out of time. So there are a couple of questions in a chat, but I'll share that with you after the meeting, and maybe we
Okay.
can post something on LinkedIn, but I'll try to take a couple of questions. So the first question from Gaurav is there any difference from backend perspective when we select GraphQL or REST API while creating front-end app?
It is a very nice question, and Gaurav, okay, maybe this is also I'm also learning this thing, GraphQL, and but when I tried with that this one Sitecore JSS app directly, not with the SXA, that time they have used the SSR and the REST, but the when I used for this SXA, they particularly used for the GraphQL and SSG, and I wanted to know the difference. Definitely, okay, I would contact you, Gaurav. Okay, your full name, Gaurav? Gaurav?
Gaurav Arora.
Oh, Gaurav? What?
Gaurav
You,
Arora.
okay. Rohan, okay, one thing, okay, you just mentioned full name. Okay, I'll connect with him. Maybe
Sure,
I
sure.
will
I'll do that.
also learn from my architect, and I will just feed him this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have
sure.
in my LinkedIn profile here.
We already connected, right, Gaurav?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So the next question is, what is the difference between normal Sitecore JSS versus .NET rendering host?
Okay. So .NET rendering host, maybe I will take in this. Okay. So .NET rendering host, okay, you can see it in the. Um, so the question is, okay, the difference between the Sitecore JSS and the .NET rendering host, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So, as far as I know, okay, for the Sitecore JSS, we have the node engine, and so we have that rendering engine will take care of all the renderings, okay. And but for the Sitecore .NET rendering host, okay, we have the rendering SDKs, okay, it will support all the core related stuffs, okay. This is how I know, okay, maybe. I will also pitch in with this as well, and I will continue. Who's raising this question as well?
Arun Sharma.
Arun
I'll
Sharma.
give you all the details, like whoever
Okay,
has asked the questions. So I'll share that
sure.
with you.
Okay,
Okay.
Rohan. Okay, just share it with me. Okay, because some questions. Okay, we as well. We also as a learner. Okay, so we are also getting learning the things, and so I will also check with my architect. I hope okay, you all know. Okay, Balaji Kandasamy is my architect, and so I used to connect with him for more updates and more learnings. And so I will definitely check online and I'll discuss with my architect and definitely come up with the answers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. So Siraj, last question. Like there are many questions. I'll share that with you, but the last for today's audience. Can we run a separate JSS and .NET Core rendering SDK multi-site instances from the same Sitecore instance?
Actually, come again.
So the question is around, can we run separate JSS and .NET Core? So I think the question can be like, can you run using as JSS architecture? Can you run a website with, let's say, Angular or Next.js and a .NET Core rendering as a multi-site instance in the same Sitecore instance? Is that possible?
Um, I think okay. I don't have a, right answer right now, but I think okay, we always go and we as from the architectural point of view. Okay, we decided ourselves, right? Okay, we can go which particular language, and we can. So from that point of view, I could think okay, it is not completely feasible. So because why then that the discussion and the decision? Okay, from the architecture point of view, first kickoff meeting we have decided because we have the resources, so different resources, right? Okay, for the Jamstack, even if you have Angular and React, okay, they are the competitors. And so if we go for the React and if we go for the React SDK, sorry, React language, and then particular thing, okay, we are going for that particular resources. But I don't know, maybe this is feasible or not in a real time. Yeah, so this will also okay. I will check and let you know, guys. Okay. Sorry, this is
Rohan,
the
this is
headless thing also learning for me, and I'm also learning day by day on these things. Okay, and yeah, I'll definitely come up with these things.
Rohan. I guess this is feasible through the disconnected mode. In disconnected
Yes.
mode, we can use it. We are using it.
Yep. Even I have seen this architecture feasible, but yes, as Siraj mentioned, it depends on the architect and the client. Like what are the technical depth and what is the uh, use case
Yeah.
there that they are trying to achieve. So it is possible, like in the
Actually,
broad scope, if it
actually,
is
in
as
my current project, we are using the same thing. In a
yeah,
disconnected mode, we are using different micro apps for that.
Great. Thanks for the confirmation because I believe it should be possible because we know that headless architecture have all the capabilities, but in day-to-day Sitecore implementation, we see a lot of customization, right? That might be require some custom logic, and we are happily working with MVC architecture. There we do a lot of logic building and all. So I believe, let's say your side A has a headless architecture based on the dependency of custom logic, but let's say side B have a core logic which require third-party integration in checking and building the logic. That might you have by side B would be like your rendering SDK. I think it is possible. So that's why I just want to confirm with you guys. But yeah, makes sense. It should be all for us. It's a learning. So that would be great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the answering this question, guys. Yeah.
yeah. Thanks, Arun. Thanks, Sumit. So, Siraj, let's jump to the voucher giving out step. So you will need to select two people whose questions impressed you, and we can give them as a question winners category. Like,
Actually, the last question, okay, what are we uh, discussed, right? Okay, that is pretty interesting question. Yeah.
so that was from Sumit, and I think the first one, I think the question from Gaurav was also good, right? Is there any difference between the
Yeah,
back end?
that's also, but yeah, this is, yeah,
Yeah, we need,
yeah, so Gaurav also good, yes.
So I'll take Gaurav and Sumit, please put your email IDs in the chat. Now, what you can do, Siraj, is you can stop sharing so that you can see a participant list. And in the participant list, you will need to select any two lucky winners, except that you cannot select me, you cannot select yourself, you cannot select Gaurav, Sumit, and Vinod. As like Gaurav and Sumit already got the vouchers, me, you, and Vinod are the organizers for this webinar. So rest, like except this 5, you can select any two.
Okay. So